Until you finally get to McEwen at the very end, crawling out, the last man out. That's the other thing that fascinates me, that you discovered in your interview, I'll bet, with him. That he would, is he the one that said, did he say that during the testimony?
He never said that. The other people said that.
He never said it. The other people said it, that he was the last man out. My God.
We could really build up the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But yeah,
Wow.
I think this would go probably movie-wise more towards like an HBO film or something, rather than a major motion picture. Because I think it was I can't think of the name of the movie, although it was so good.
Taking Chance?
Taking Chance?
Yeah, that's it. And
The Kevin Bacon.
yeah, and what a fantastic movie that was. But it never hit the theaters. But I think it was what, HBO or someone did it.
Yeah.
You know, and this probably that might be, you know, kind of the way to go with this.
The History Channel too.
Yeah.
Shane Roger knows people on History Channel.
How much self-promotion have you had to do, Jay, or has anybody assisted you in that?
Marketing.
It's not. It's not my thing, my personality. It's just, it makes it hard to do. But you do have to promote yourself all the time, and you have to promote your book and travel around. I get extremely fed up with the local bookstores.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
The book costs $20 retail. The publisher sells it to the bookstore for 10, roughly. The bookstore sells it for 20. I get $1. The publisher gets 9, and the bookstore gets 10. And I go around to the bookstores and say, you know, you're running out. Do you have any more? Oh yeah, we've got to order some of those. That's right. I said, well, if you give me a call, I'll come down. I'll autograph them for you. Whatever you like, we'll give you a call.
Yeah.
I've gotten one call from the Beaufort bookstore, none from the Bay Street Trading Company.
They're very difficult to deal with.
And I mean, all I'm doing is ego, because there's no money in it to speak of. They're the ones that are getting the money, and they don't care. They don't give a damn.
Here locally, the place that I've found has been the most receptive is actually the Beaufort Chamber of Commerce Visitor Center.
Yeah.
They have been the best promoters of local books. They have such a great selection of local authors, locally authored books in the Beaufort Chamber of Commerce Visitor Center. I highly recommend them for your Christmas shopping.
Let me tell you a little story about that. Although they may be different. They've got a new director there now, but they bought 24 books. They weren't going to buy any, but I went in there and pushed it.
Which is what I did too.
Yeah, and so they bought a carton of books from the publisher, had them out there, and they've sold all but 2 or 3. So I went back in and spoke with the new director, whoever she is, and I said, you know, you're just about running out. I'll be glad to autograph these. You've sold 21 or 22. And she said, oh, I'll have to order some. I'll put it on my list when I'm ordering to order some. So I followed up in about, it was quite a while, 6 weeks, 8 weeks later. They were down to 1. And I said, you're going to order some books? Oh, she said, well, you know, budget's tight, so we're going to hold off for a while ordering more books here. So, I mean, I don't know. You make money off this stuff, but you know, you can't front $200 to buy a bunch of books.
And the other interesting thing too about all this with the marketing is that if you have a small press or an independent press publish your book, even with the corporate publishers now, chances are if you're a first-time author, with even the corporate publisher, you're going to be on your own as far as going around on a book tour, paying your way anyway.
Right.
They might set up stops, but you're going to have to pay your way. With a small press, you have to set up your stops, most of them, not all of them, but you have to set up your stops, you have to figure out what your book tour is going to be, which is what I've been doing. Figuring out, and all of that's going to have to come out of my pocket, all those travel expenses and everything. So what can I do? I can take the book with me that I can buy at 50% off the retail price, and as I go along the way, I can try to sell books at the retail price to pay for my expenses. Not to make money, I'm still not going to be making any money, but at least the book gets out there. Now, I will say this too, that in marketing, this is something to keep in mind if you're thinking about publishing. In marketing, I've probably spent now close to at least $2,000 on books that I have literally just handed out to reviewers, to people like MCA asking
Yeah.
them to carry it, to Sergeant Grit, to people that don't even respond to me, or that turn around and say, no, we don't want to carry your book, like the Course Store, who says it's too negative, and these different places, but they don't give me the book back. They keep my book, or they see an article in the paper about the Milspeak book is being published, and I get a call I get 5 different calls, donate a copy, would you, for our cause, for our charitable auction? And what am I supposed to say? This is coming out of my pocket, and I don't have any money? I'm broke? I'm an unemployed adjunct instructor, like you were saying, the insane profession? And so what do? You have to take a risk on yourself, don't you? It's that same risk that you take when you write that you struggled with for, what, 6 to 9 months?
Yeah, if you're in it for the money, you might as well get the hell out as fast as you can.
That's the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
That is the reality of the writing and the publishing situation. But there's a reason you're spending your Saturday mornings here. There's a reason that you agreed to come. And it has nothing to do with the monetary compensation, because obviously there isn't any. Right?
Right.
Well, wait a minute.
So why are we here? So why aren't we here?
Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
Why are we here?
For me, it's therapy. I
Me
know
too.
exactly why I'm
I
here.
think it's for me too.
Have you been in touch with Jim Jordan, or do you know Jim Jordan?
No, I don't.
He wrote the book, a novel actually, called Savannah Gray. It's
Oh,
a-
I've heard about him. He's self-published.
He's self-published, and he's great.
He's
He's a
done
tour
very
guide
well.
in Savannah, but
Yeah.
to talk about promotion, he's excellent at it, and that he would really be able to fill you in on that.
We should get him to come to our next workshop.
He would. He'd come. He'd bring a half dozen books with him, and you know, he's a hustler, and he's a very good speaker. He's a retired accountant, I think, and he became a tour guide, and he speaks very well.
What's his name?
Now, what is the
Jim Jordan.
what is the difference between self-publishing and actually publishing? Some people are wondering this too, I'm sure. You've got a publisher, they don't pay you any upfront money, they're keeping $9 out of your book, the bookstore's keeping $10 out of the sales, and you're getting $1. So it seems like it might be a better deal to go with the self-publishing, because then guess what? You're paying up front several thousand, maybe tens of $1,000s, depending on the size of your book and the package that you purchase from an institution like Author House or one of the other self-publishing institutions. You're paying all this money up front, these thousands of dollars, which is what it costs, but you're getting back all the money that's the publisher would have gotten. The $9 that the publisher would have gotten, instead of $9 a book, now you're getting $10 a book. Some of that's going to taxes, whatever, and your bookseller's getting $10 a book. So why not just go with the self-publishing route?